Welcome! In this video, we will go over ANSYS and Meta's latest developments in crash and safety. Accessing the crash and safety tools in the new ANSYS version 25.0.0 is done through the crash and safety ribbons. To access the ribbons, click on the ribbon drop-down menu. Go to Analysis and select the crash and safety options to pin the ribbon tabs. The ribbon tabs provide a clearer overview of all tools and fast access to them. The Crash and Safety ribbon tabs can also be directly pinned by selecting the Crash Safety Layout option. The Crash ribbon tab organizes functions in groups, enabling intuitive navigation. The Create group allows easy creation of all major keyword entities per deck. The Reduction group offers multiple options to reducing one's model. All necessary functions for assembling the model have been grouped together under the Connectivity group. Access to trims, mapping, special analysis types and barriers is made easy, completing singular crash scenarios as well as iteration models. Moreover, all solver-oriented actions are gathered together under the Tools and Solver groups, providing easy access. Similar to the Crash ribbon tab, the Safety ribbon tab offers direct access to any keyword creation. All different types of safety tools are grouped together in groups. Under Interior are the safety tools against interior impact. Similarly, under the VRU group are the pedestrian and bicycle configurator tools. And lastly, under the Occupant group are located all functionalities used for setting up an occupant load case. Moving to the enhancements, the LS-DYNA numbering schema is now fully supported. This allows sharing IDs between different types of entities, such as shells and solids, eliminating the need for renumbering processes. This option can be enabled in the Settings window. Moving on, LS-DYNA spot welds can now be created directly and easily in ANSYS, using LS-DYNA beam finite element representation, as shown here in the video. This new addition is a step aiming at simplifying the process of creating deck-oriented connections without the use of the ANSYS-oriented ones inside the program. This is meant to significantly reduce manual intervention. Direct spot weld creation can save considerable user time, thus further enhancing automation in the model building workflow. A new mode is introduced to enable detailed conflict view during merging a new include file to an existing model. This mode can be enabled by the In Preview Mode checkbox next to the Model Action selection in the Input Parameters window. This opens the Merge Models windows. These windows allow users to easily and efficiently overview all detected conflicts as well as select their desired way to manage them. Apart from handling conflict, users can also easily treat undefined entities, such as materials, whose definition is added after merging. This ensures conflict-free final model setup. A new option to compare the card values of multiple entities of the same model has been introduced. Select multiple entities of the same type. Right-click on screen and select the Compare option. This opens the Compare Entities window. Differences in values are highlighted in the orange fields. This makes comparing numerous cards a breeze, as users are now able to avoid opening multiple cards for visual inspection. By right-clicking, users can apply the same value across all entities or reset it. Apart from field value comparison, curves can also be easily compared and overviewed. A new ANSYS setting has been added, allowing control card selection between multiple occurrences. The selected option defines which control entry will be considered during time step calculation. This ultimately better matches the solver's results. ANSYS has also improved check performance based on customer-received feedback. The improved checks can be broken down into two categories, deck-independent and LS-DYNA-oriented. Some general improvements include clearer distinctions between errors and warnings for contacts and rigid dependency LS-DYNA. Added parameters to the checks parameters list for spot welds. An updated report messages description for model data. Several updates have also taken place in the mass calculation tool. This provides users with more detailed information and solver-oriented description of results. Specifically, for LS Dyna-DEC, changes include the addition of new columns in the property information window, and the consideration of rigid body mass in the total mass calculation. General updates in the mass information report format. These updates apply to how mass per type and how the total body mass are reported. Finally, nodal or body mass result calculation has also been corrected. The Dummy Articulation tool has now introduced a separate IR-Track tab, allowing precise handling of Thor's 50 ATD mechanisms. The HBM Articulation tool can now accurately compute and deliver the initial joint angle parameters for thumbs models. This further establishes precision during input for crash simulations. Moreover, a dedicated tab allowing precise and efficient spine manipulation has been installed in this ANSA version. Additional updates on the HBM Articulation tool also include combining flexion and extension movements in a single button in the Biofidelic Moves tab, adding a flag option in the Rotate tab, which enables the simultaneous and symmetric articulation of the legs, establishing more uniform torso mesh deformation, and generally improving the metadata input performance. A series of regulation updates have taken place in this version of ANSA. Starting off, the RCAR bumper and RCAR structure regulations have been incorporated in the low-speed tool. Moving on to the pedestrian tool, support for the US NCAP RFC 2025 regulation has now been integrated, further enhancing compliance with current safety standards. Finally, the C-NCAP protocol for side crash barrier has been supported into the barrier positioning per regulation tool. In the seatbelt tool, a new lock option has been supported. This option allows maintaining the same element IDs of a seatbelt entity by only deforming them without recreating them. As shown, only deformation of the elements has taken place, keeping the structure of the mesh virtually the same. The seat positioning tool now supports the definition of a custom seating reference point. The seat can be positioned in a new starting position, different to that of design position. Moreover, output of a PAM crash kinetic structure or POS file has also been made available in this version of ANSA. Several enhancements have been implemented on the airbag folding pre-simulation tool. Firstly, a ready load case can be imported in the tool. This makes for easy and fast user modification of the recognized entities and include files. Moreover, the input of the Dyna-In file is now supported, allowing the import of an already folded geometry from a previous step. A button for a pop-up list containing the reference nodes of the tool has been added, allowing the replacement of the reference node. A button for a pop-up list containing the rigid entities has also been added. This facilitates the rotational movement of the folding tools by giving users direct access to them via the list. Finally, the creation and output of the airbag reference geometry keyword has been implemented. Last but not least, additional general updates include the ability to save and read all parameters and settings of the Dummy Articulation tool. This is done through the use of JSON files. The same options are also available for the bus rollover tool. This concludes ANSA's improvements for version 25.0.0. Moving on to Meta's part. Accessing the crash and safety toolbars in the new Meta version 25.0.0 is done through the Crash and Safety ribbon. To access it, click on the ribbon's drop-down menu. Go to Analysis and select the Crash and Safety option to pin the ribbon. The new ribbon format provides easy access and clear overview of all toolbars. For faster ribbon setup, select the Crash Safety Layout option. Continuing with the VTC enhancements, it is now possible to select the CAE head excursion calculation method. Users are able to select between basing the calculations on the head and B-pillar coordinate time history results or applying the same calculation method used for the test results. Additionally, CAE results can now be read from ISO MME files. PAMcrash ERF is now supported as a separate folder inside the tool as well as new unit systems. Regarding the Occupant Injury Criteria toolbar, the following enhancements have been made. Starting off, Euro NCAP whiplash rating limits have been updated according to the latest protocols. The whiplash capping limits have also been supported. Calculation of head rebound velocity now includes BioRid2. Moreover, updates on the calculation of lateral deflection for WS50 and Q10 ribs include the support of WS50 ribeye LED sensors. The rib's lateral deflection can now be extracted directly from these sensors instead of using IR tracks. The ability to select the desired calculation method between CAE ribs and physical ribs. The latest calculation method stated in Euro NCAP TB021 is now supported. Moreover, support of dynamic belt position and chest index calculation for rear passengers of IIHS moderate overlap V2 test has been implemented, currently only for LS Dyna results. Final improvements in the OIC toolbar include the introduction of report customization options. Users can now define the page size, going from 4:3 to 16:9 and 16:10, set the font size of the report or the PPTX report tables, as well as define the plot's appearance. The new official Euro NCAP spreadsheet 2023 has now been supported in the pedestrian toolbar. This makes it possible to fill the Euro NCAP 2023 official spreadsheet while selecting the version 9.x regulation. Moreover, an extra option to include the calculated Euro NCAP score points while creating multiple annotations for leg form regulations has been created. The collision penetration check toolbar's features have been redesigned. Now, it is possible to create a contour plot of collision plotting the proximity and safe regions of the two colliding groups based on a user-defined threshold. Moreover, group or model separation and directional separation commands as well as their respective settings have been added in the GUI through the Separation Plot tab. Last but not least, the DiffCrash version 7 has now been supported. Thank you for watching.